Hey, if you let the economists decide about the future, you are going to get hurt. So, if you are interested about that, then this episode is for you. Hi, welcome to the Data Analysis and Policy Show, the show where we turn data into analysis so that you can create the right policies. Today's episode is about misbelief. And the misbelief is that you should be an economist to do economic modeling. If that is your belief, then stay with me in this episode. But before we begin, my name is Runy and I'm doing these shows to provide some information for you, to get you some information about economic modeling, about data, about the future of the Caribbean. In fact, if you want to become part of my community, go to caribbeanstrategicboardroom.com/waitlist, and I'm creating something incredible what is going to be only for a handful of people. And by going to Caribbean Strategic Boardroom, you tell me, Runy, whenever that is released, once that is released, I will be the first one. I want to be the first one to hear more about it. Now, let me go to the topic of today. The topic of today is that a misbelief that only economists should be able to do economic modeling, or you are not to touch the economic modeling if you are not an economist. If that is your belief, stay with me. Let me go to my notes. Now, I told you in the beginning that if you leave the economists, if you let the economists decide about your future, you're going to get hurt. Now, let me tell you about this misbelief. One of the biggest misbeliefs is that of non-economists, they say that you should be an economist to do economic modeling. They say, I don't touch economic modeling. I don't do economic modeling because I'm not an economist. I'm not an economist. That's what they say. Now, if you think that, what is the consequence? The consequence is that you are going to be out of all the communications, economic communications. You are going to be out all of the decisions that are going to be made about you, about your future, about the future of your kids. You're going to stay out of the information loop, and you're only going to get the results, whether the results are bad or good. Imagine economists doing their economic modeling. You don't know anything about economic modeling. You are not concerned. You are afraid of it. And then those economists, they made bad decisions, bad jobs, no jobs, unemployment, economy is going down, maybe no taxes, no funds, no investments into infrastructure, etc. That is not good. So what is the case? My case is that economists are not the only people that have a model about the economy. Actually, everybody has a view as a model about the economy, and a model is simply a view about the economy. As a matter of fact, there are many other people whose views are very, very important to get the economy going. So if you are a non-economist, you don't have a degree in the economy, you don't have a master's degree in economy, your view is very, very important because your view brings new insights. Now, as a matter of fact, imagine, let me take the case. Imagine if you need a degree in computer science to be able to program computers. So only people with a degree in computer science can program computers. I can tell you that is not true. I know a lot of biologists, a lot of psychologists, a lot of people who didn't study computer science, but they still are the best programmers. So you don't need a title, economic title, to be doing economic modeling. There are some students of mine, they are not economists and they have the right attitude and they became executive directors in the private sector because they were doing economic modeling. They were understanding the economy. Okay? So the wrong way to look at it is I need to be an economist to be doing economic modeling. Now, what is the right way? The right way is economic modeling is about communication. Economic modeling, communication. That's what it is about. Okay? So, all the trusted advisors, the trusted advisors, the people that the policymakers trust, they know about this. They know that it is about communication. And they value the views of everybody, whether you are an economist or not. Okay? And because they have all these views together, they are able to do things that other people cannot do. They are able to create different views, bringing different views together. They are able to create better simulations. What policies do we need to in the Caribbean? What economic policies do we need? You need more people, different views together to be doing that. So that's a result. When you are a trusted advisor, you know this topic, you know that it is about communication, and you value the other views. Now, let me give you some insight what economic modeling is about. Okay, let me just give you some topics what economic modeling is about and why is it about communication. Now, it is about communication of data, the facts. What are the data? What are the facts of our economy? Okay? So a lot of people, if you're doing that, if you're concerned about communicating the data, what is the data about the fiscal sector? What's the data about tourism? What's the data about the external sector, trading with other countries? What's the data about our money? Then actually, you're communicating that, you're doing economic modeling. It is communication about the relationships between variables. So what is the variable? What is one indicator that influences consumption? Why do people consume? Why is the consumption going higher and lower? What is influencing that? What is the relationship between income and consumption? You see? It's economic modeling is about communication of the variables, communication of if this happens, then this is going to happen. This is going to be influenced. And when you are doing economic modeling, you could have different people of labor union, of the private sector, of the government, different, most of them, non-economists, they are talking about these relationships. Now, it is about communication, about the history. So, how did we end up here? How did we end up here? So, looking at maybe the graph, communicating about what happened in the past. That is what is economic modeling about. It is about the future. So, where should we go? What should our economy be in the next 10 years? How many jobs? So you are communicating your views about the future, your wishes, your desire about the future. That's what economic modeling is about. It is communicating about your policy goals. So if you have policymakers and they say we have to create 5,000 jobs for St. Lucia and we have to create another 10,000 jobs for Jamaica. Turks and Caicos, we want to create 3,000 jobs at a minimum of $5,000, okay, per month in Turks and Caicos. It is about how are we going to get out of the budget deficit of Curacao, you see? Or how are we going to, what is the debt level? I want maximum of 60% of the debt of the economy for St. Martin. You see, communicating about the goals. That is what economic modeling is about. And it is also communication about the measures to take. The measures to take. So we have a menu of all the measures that we can take. What are we going to do? And we, I mean the policymakers, etc. So it is communication about that. So that is what economic modeling is about. Now, let me show you how to contact me, before I give you before I end this episode. So let me show you how you can communicate with me. So there you have it. There you have it. That is I debunked a misbelief that economic modeling is only for economists, that you need to be an economist to do economic modeling. Now, if you want to have more information, if you are inspired by this, join my community of trusted advisors at www.caribbeanstrategicboardroom.com/waitlist. I'm creating something great, and it's going to be only for a handful of people, and you will be the first on that list, notified when it is released. And of course, you can share and spread the word if you are on YouTube, on Facebook, on LinkedIn. Spread a word, and you know how to spread a word by sharing this information. And of course, you have to, if you are on Facebook, you have to like this page so that you can be notified, because the next time I'm going to give you another belief, and we're going to think about another thought that you might be thinking about. Economic analysis, about data, about analysis, about writing policies. And remember, we are focusing on 12 islands in the Caribbean, but we are building more and more islands. So that's it. Give me some comments below. That's it for today. So I'm out of here. Thank you very much. Bye.